Alrighty, in this video I'm going to be building this tank. As you can see, it's pretty freaking massive. I'm really bad at building things without instructions, so I decided I'm going to make a tutorial on how to build this for dummies because I'm the dummy and I'm going to be building it, so hopefully it helps out somebody at least. So first things first, I'm gonna need to rip that sucker open, so let me get my box cutter. Here's the box cutter, got it. And looks like I'm gonna need a lot of room, so I'm gonna put this bad boy straight on the floor. Holy smokes. I honestly didn't realize that this thing came with Cheeto Puffs, so it's gonna take me a while to get rid of all that stuff, so. And luckily everything is kind of like numbered, as you can see right here. Hopefully it focuses here, but this piece right here is number 5. This is gonna be what goes on top. And I actually forgot to mention it earlier, but this is a tank, or a PVC tank from Custom Reptile Enclosures. Heard a lot of good things about them. So I was lucky enough to get one of these suckers for my birthday. It's gonna be for a ball python, and it's a 4x2x2, so that's why it's so fucking massive. Number 4, and you can already tell that this is gonna be what goes in the very front. Look at that nice little crisp logo. It also comes with what I imagine is the lock door to put on the glass, and it comes with a shoot ton of screws. So, alrighty, well, I did it. Everything is laid out. I also forgot to mention you might need a screwdriver. So this is going to be number 1. They're numbered. This is essentially what's going to be the base of the tank here. And then we have number 2. So basically what I did there was I lined it up, and there was already like pre-made holes on both number 2 and number 1, the base and the side. So I just had to kind of line up the holes and then just get the screw in there, and pretty easy. Now I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side, and I'm just going to skip to that since you guys basically saw what I did there. And if that didn't really make any sense, these are the holes I was talking about. They're just kind of already kind of like pre-cut, as you can see here, here, and here. You just kind of have to line them up and then just put the screws in there. Now, I also wanted to bring this up, but you just kind of line up these grooves with those grooves, and then the circles right there, you just kind of screw them in there, and do the same for the other side. And now, so far, the only complaint I really have with this, and of course I'm nowhere near done here, but the only complaint I do have is that it was kind of damaged during shipping, as you can see here in this corner, and in the corner over there. It just kind of got bent during shipping, and of course that's not the company's fault or anything like that. So I'm just a little worried that the glass isn't going to be able to slide fully through, but I guess we're going to find out here in a few if it will or if it won't. So now we're essentially just going to slide this through the front, and this is what the front is going to look like. So hopefully it fits like a glove. And now we just got to screw in the screws on the sides. So now that that's over with, I just need to do the other side, which is basically the exact same thing. Line them up, put the screws in, and we're solid. So I'm just going to skip that part and go ahead and do it. So now it's time to put the screen enclosure on. Basically, you just have to line these grooves right here. I don't know if you can see them that well, but there's some grooves right here. You basically have to line them up with the grooves right here. However, if you're still a little bit confused on which way it should go, these bolts right here are smooth, so put these in the inside, because of course you don't want your Reptile or whatever you have in there scratching itself up. And the ones on this side, they're definitely a little more rough. So smooth side goes inside. And just like that, the lid is on. So pretty nice and lined up, I would say. And now to work on the back of the enclosure. As you can see, this corner here is also fairly damaged from the shipping process. Kind of stinks, but hopefully that doesn't affect the build or anything like that. Alrighty, so at this point, all I have to do is add the doors here. I have to peel back this tape that it has on, which is god awful. So now we're going to be installing the lock that comes with it, and it should of course come with some keys. So what you want to do first here is you want to put these little things on the nubs of the screws there. I don't know if it'll focus for you guys, but essentially you want that touching the glass or whatever you have so it doesn't scratch it up. So it looks like we already have those on. Now we're just gonna try to slide these suckers in, and there we go. Just like that, it's in. Let's screw those guys in just to make sure they're tight. So now that that's all nice and tight there, we're gonna go ahead and put this in, and it's gonna have a little arrow on it so you know which way it goes. So I think I figured it out. Got the keys, got the lock, and let's see, let's go here, let's go ahead and insert it. Let's unlock the lock here. So it goes in with ease, and then of course the lock. There we go. Now, you know, I guess for my Reptile, I'd want it maybe like a little closer, maybe like right there, right? So yeah, that prevents it from opening from both sides. However, the problem I'm facing now is whenever I want to unlock it, I unlock it, and it is quite difficult to remove. See, I can't even tell which way is locked, which is open, and it just seems to rip off. So looks like I did everything correct. I just kind of found a way around it, which is probably what I'm just going to end up going with here. But essentially what you want to do is put your lock in here like you normally would. I don't know if you can see because of Banksy here. But preferably I would like mine to sit right here, just because I really don't want my snake getting out, you know, from either side. And I see that there's not much room over here, but you know, that's preferably where I want to have mine, right? So it's locked. Let's say I want to get her out. I am going to unlock it, put my finger right here to create some leverage between the glass and the lock. I'm gonna unlock it, and I'm just gonna pull the thing right off instead of having to try to rip it off. And to go in, you would just, you know, essentially do the same thing. Stop it where you want it to be. Take it out, and nice and sealed. This is essentially what it looks like. Have the glass in the front, have all this up top. Of course, everything is already nice and screwed in. You got the nice American flag here in the back, very patriotic of them. The only thing I really have left is to put the screen top on this. And what you can do with these is essentially you can cut out in the shape of your lamp. And I'm going to have to figure that out. Most likely it's going to be the smallest one. And put that right up top. I'll show you guys how. So now this would just simply go right here. It would cover up all this ventilation, and now that is literally perfect if you're wanting this for a ball python enclosure like I am. And as I mentioned earlier, just need to cut out these circles. This is where the lamp's going to be, and it's just going to be quite fairly easy setup from here. And I doubt there's any tutorial needed really. You just kind of need a knife or some kind of sharp object to cut the circle in, and then you just leave it as you want. And there's even like squares for you to put LED bars and such, which is really nice. Well, that was it. That's basically sums up the video on how to make or put together this setup. It wasn't very difficult, but it was indeed time consuming. It took me roughly around, gosh, I don't even know how many hours it took me, maybe like 2-3 hours to finish this whole thing. And it could be because I'm slow. Hopefully the tutorial was kind of clear, or clear enough to where it would be easy for people to follow along. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm just peeling the stickers off the enclosure, the ones I forgot to do. But overall, everything looks really good, really clean. I'm happy with the way everything turned out. Only complaint, again, is what happened during the shipping. But of course, that can't be helped. So, I mean, I understand. I'm just going to give it a quick polish. I'm going to go buy some substrate so I can start putting together her tank and hopefully put her in it tonight. So, very excited.